Great, beautiful day to you all, my lovely friends out there, and whatever part of the world you're in, on whatever platform you're on. I have some things to talk about. I might get a little charged up here because I did see the Sound of Freedom movie last night, and some things occurred afterwards, messages that maybe some of you out there on all these media sites are actually seeing and hearing, and it kind of irks me a little bit. So if you haven't seen this video before, you're seeing my channel, I am AZMYTH. I would say the one and only, although there's a couple kids out there now that are using that name, I see. Or given that name. I'm not going to get into that. Let's not get distracted. I am watering the garden, so I will be slightly distracted. And let's get into this. And I will do my best to choose my words very, very, very wisely. So the Sound of Freedom movie. I've done a couple posts on Facebook, and a lot of people have been enjoying waiting for this movie to come out, been excited about it. A lot of great things have been being said about it. And why wouldn't it, right? This is an illuminating movie about a tragic and horrible, horrific subject matter that needs to be stopped, needs to be gone. It's sickening that it even exists. Child trafficking, human trafficking at any level, any type of slavery that somebody did or didn't want to or expect to get into is uncalled for and unjust. So we went to the movie last night. I'm not going to say it's a good movie because it's not a good subject. I'm going to say it was extraordinarily well done. And if everything's true, whether embellished or not, because it is a Hollywood-esque style film, it was amazingly well shot. Shot, I think 5 years ago, Disney had the rights. 3 years ago, Fox was involved, and whatever the case, they all shelved it, and it didn't make it out to see the world and the light of the day until just recently. So now we have the movie hitting theaters and people getting excited to see this because so many of us, if not all of us, because you all, every single one of you, every single one of us, our lovely family, needs to be sick and tired of this and stop it at every second you see it. Help protect other people's children. If you see somebody that doesn't look right acting weird around a kid, stop them. Ask them questions. If they start acting even weirder, maybe it's not their parent. Maybe it's somebody else thinking nefarious, horrible things, and well, you wouldn't want that happen to your kid, would you? Let's get into the part that kind of irks me right now. And I completely understand. I completely understand why people would think this, because it seems to be that there's a lot of really, on the surface, good organizations out there. NGOs and, what is it? What's the Red Cross? Greenpeace even. Hey, Greenpeace. These organizations that really want to do good, but it doesn't seem that they do a lot of good all the time, or they do good. Some people do good that are involved with them, but then there's a lot of people at the top with the money that don't do so good. They do bad. You know that the UN peacekeepers got caught child trafficking, child sex trafficking. Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah, that really happened. You also know that in Anaheim, I think, and definitely Orlando, there was some FBI stings that took down 108 plus pedophiles and other interesting individuals. And there was another bust as well. Look it up. It's all real. They're doing this right now. The FBI stung that and bit that and took that down. And I ain't talking good about the FBI either, because the FBI and the CIA and the NIH and the WEF and the Davos and the World Health Organization, everybody's in on it. There's good people in everything, but there's small amounts. So all these organizations thinking that they're going to give you the answers that you're looking for in this world, they're not. You have to be the one that actually makes these changes. Yet I digress. Getting back to the subject at hand. The reason I'm a little charged up this morning, because I did a few posts on social media, as I said, And a lot of good build up to this, as other thousands and millions doing this. And then last night I started seeing a little change, a little programmed adversity for the movie. One woman who's a sexual abuse survivor on YouTube that was posted. I listened to her story a little bit. And they're all valid points, I get it. And somebody else, some other people posted some things saying this is a psyop and it's to help humanity be more accepting of trafficking or biometric tracking. And I get it, you know, the CBDCs, all this bull crap, all the vaccine crap and all the things that they're doing and forcing upon us, none of it's good. Sorry, get it straight through your head, none of it's good. My one question for you out of all this is, do you trust your government? If you don't trust your government, that's your sign. If you do, you really need to scrutinize and question that one, because the government cannot be trusted. We are their leaders, and for some reason they think they are our masters, and they are not. Nothing even close to it. As I'm seeing these posts, I'm getting charged up because I get it. I get it, you know. It seems like it could have been done better maybe. The movie was shot amazingly. Yes, it was a little bit sensationalized, I'm sure, because they have to make it exciting for the movie screen. It's not a documentary. There is some real footage at the very end. And I guess people are pissed off because it's not as realistic as it could be. Children just don't jump into your arms when they know that, because they can't tell that you're another trafficker or a good guy or a good girl. You know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. Because there's a lot of shitty movies out there that you probably liked. Yeah, that have shitty morals and ideas, and you were probably cheerleading for those, right? So just deal with it. It's a good movie. Again, I carefully choose my words. It's a very well shot movie about a very bad and dark subject. And I applaud them for getting this out there. It finally got released after being shelved 3 years ago, as the story goes. So guess what? I'm the type of person that speaks my reality into being. Even water squirting out, okay. Speaks my reality into being because I understand quantum law and how we speak our universe into being through word spells, spelling. Start looking into entomology, not entomology, that's the study of bugs, etymology, so you can understand the root of words. So you can have your own constitution and government of yourself to govern your own mind, not let the government govern your mind. We must change the way we speak about things. Be very clear about this. Do not allow things you do not want to exist within reality to exist within your reality. Create the world that you want to see, and nothing but that. You must be vigilant. You must be conscious, you must be aware of every single thing you think about and speak into being, otherwise you will create exactly and sow what you reap. So it is imperative that you care for yourself, be kind to yourself, do not doubt the things you want and wish and will into being. Create universes with your words. Love yourself, love your neighbor, start in your communities, take care of your family. Look out for one another, especially the little ones. Especially the little ones. It is paramount that we take care of the children of this world. They are not all our children like some president just said. They are your children, you specifically, you the parent who raised your child, unless you're a horrible parent and you're being horrible to your children and those children need help, you are the only one that knows how to take care of your children the best. Not teachers, not no one else, not me, not no one. You are the parent. So parent well, take care of your children, baby them, keep them nurtured and innocent and love them. Because I have the best mom in the world. And she gave me so much love, and I wish that every other human on this planet could have as much love as I experienced. That's what we all deserve. We are all so beautiful and magical and amazing, and it sucks when for some reason, some other programming, some society decided to screw up your parents, who probably had screwed up parents by them, if that's the case, and we just keep on passing it down the line. This has got to stop. It's getting really effing old. And it's just time to move past this and actually Like that movie says in the title, hear the sound of freedom. Feel the sound of freedom, freedom of choice to do whatever it is that you want to do, that you know is best for you, and make choices to live as abundantly and beautiful as you would want to, and do anything you want to. Live as big as you want to, as pretty and colorful, and do whatever weird stuff you want to, as long as it would never harm another. We all know what feels good to us, and we all know what might not feel good to somebody else. And if it might not feel good to somebody else, then don't do it to somebody else. Do your own darn thing, okay? You can do anything you want to yourself, all you want, all right? You want to mess yourself up, go for it. We don't want to. We don't want you to. We don't want you to affect us. We want you to be lovely and beautiful and amazing and healthy and holy and perfect. But we have freedom of choice, freedom to do whatever it is that we want in life. That is the one thing that is truly paramount, so that we may live big, beautiful, amazing lives. So it just makes me a little bit sick when people, this is the point I want to make, start poo-pooing and saying that this new thing that's coming out right now that is literally illuminating the worst tragedy and trauma ever inflicted upon our collective human souls is finally being illuminated, so it may be dissolved and removed. And you can all do the assistance, give the assistance and support to all those organizations yourself, start ones, help people, look out for one another, that we need to do. I had promoted and supported the global walkout a while back, and because I dig so deeply into everything, I got really questionable about it. And I asked in this moment, why is it that anything that starts getting attention, anything that looks like it's got money backing it, all of a sudden, if it's a good idea, it just turns into shite. All of a sudden it's bad. It must be backed by bad people. Well, maybe that's the case, okay? I don't think it's the case with this movie, because it sure doesn't look like it. They're not promoting it like that. And we do need to know where the money's going. And they made a movie, so they want to make money. But where's the money going to be used, right? Just to fill coffers, or is it going to be used to help humanity, help these children, help save our souls? It's a sickness that must stop. And I'm tired of everything being poo-pooed upon, in so simple words, to just be negated. Why? That's part of the problem. When you say that something that's good must be bad, and you don't allow yourself to be changed by that so that you do good, then whatever is good. I'm a good person. I know I am. I guarantee I am. When you know me and you get to meet me and I get to meet you, you will totally understand that. And I make sure of it with every single word I speak, and every single bit of every cell of my soul and my body and my cellular ability to regenerate and create. I make sure that I do good for this entire world, my entire community, through all the plants that we grow, through all the love that we create, through all the parties we throw and all the fun that we have, and never hurting a single person, making sure that they don't hurt another person as well, that we're all responsible for ourselves and each other. That is imperative, and we must get that message through. It starts with me and it starts with you. And go ahead, if you want to live in an old paradigm, if you want to hang on to this other timeline, this past dimension where one version out of thousands of you is just hanging out here, and you want to see more trauma and chaos and darkness, then go right ahead. I don't want you to. I want you to come along with us. I want all of us to step into the new paradigm, a new light, a new lifetime, where the best versions of us step into this, and that's what we see. There are dimensions right now that we don't even understand or could possibly believe. And there's 1,000 of us living 1,000 different ways right now. Lighter and darker and all kinds of different shades. Which one do you want to see today? Which one do you want to love? Which one do you want to exist in and feel the beauty that we need to share with one another? Go out and see this movie if you want to, all right? Think whatever you want to if you want to. It's an amazingly well-shot movie. It's tragic, yeah, it could have had much more gut-wrenching moments to it. But we had a friend that actually had to leave because it was a little bit too heavy for them. That being the case, you want more people to leave the theater because it hurts so much? I cried at least 10 times. I was crying within the first couple minutes because my heart is open. It's here. It's on the surface. Hi, Boo. We got amazing cats too. We can live in love with one another. We can take care of one another. We can be as amazing as we want to be to one another. And I suggest that we shift the paradigms that we've understood, that we stop calling people names, stop being so negative. There's a way to speak into being what you want without getting stuck in the ditch. When you allow and we allow ourselves to go into this negative space and get emotionally charged so that we can spew it back at that hate that we have, that expression of fear towards whoever it is, however it may appear, we do not have control. I urge you to have control of yourself. I urge you to work on your language, your speech, your speaking into being, your magic of creation. To think about all the things you think about. To lead by example. Don't let somebody else be a leader that ain't being a leader, because there's a lot of wannabe leaders and false authorities in this world right now. And a lot of people are just going along to get along. And one other little tip, somebody made a really good point the other day, unrelated to this movie, but somebody made a point about the 15-minute city idea being compared to the reservations that the natives of this land got put on. Yeah, well, that actually sounds about right. I really don't think any of us want that. Little 15-minute hubs, you can stay in yours and you can't go out, or else you get charged or whatever else it is. Sounds like what the natives dealt with. So if you want to deal with that, then go along with some of these ridiculous paradigms and silly ideas that are nothing but control and locking human souls in to that which is not the most lovely. I love you all so much. This world is so beautiful. It is heaven. It is... I'm not religious at all. I'm not. And I will say that the movie is not really religious. They maybe say God 3 times in there. It's not religious at all. They may all be religious. That's fine. But I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I am a being of this earth, of Mother Nature. And I will always be, because this is tangible, this is palpable, this is beautiful. The sun, everything that our ancestors all looked up to and loved. It's what gives us life. If it's not here, then where are we? Be everything that you want to be. Express yourself as big and beautiful and bold as you can. And love and cherish each and every one of each other. And for God's sake, take care of the kids. Look after the kids. It doesn't matter what we think. We have to look at those children and go, what is the best thing to keep children's minds innocent and beautiful and nurtured and not pushed any ideology or ideas upon them. There was a rabbi recently that I listened to, and he said, you know what? I wouldn't push religion on my children or any other sexual ideology